Hey everyone, I'm Landan with LMR.com. In this video of our What Is series, I'm going to be talking about the second generation 1999 to 2004 Ford SVT Lightning. The age-old saying of lightning never strikes the same place twice may or may not be true in the meteorology world. However, in Ford's world, it happened. In 1999, Ford's SVT division released the second generation Lightning based on the current model F150, which underwent a refresh for the 1997 model year. Throughout the 6-year run of the Lightning, SVT engineers and designers did provide fresh upgrades to both the powertrain and in the aesthetics department. I'll touch base on all of those throughout this video. So since I like the engine in the second gen trucks, I'll go ahead and start there first. The engine was a standard issue 5.4 liter Triton V8 from the Windsor engine plant. It featured a cast iron block and aluminum cylinder heads. The inner workings of the engine weren't anything entirely special, as the only parts that were specific were unique forged pistons and stronger wrist pins. However, the piston change did drop the compression ratio from 9.5 to 1 to 8.4 to 1. The cylinder heads were a 2-valve per cylinder design, which totaled 16 valves. They were the quote-unquote power improved versions, which were commonly referred to as just PI. So without getting into all the details, simply put, the PI heads allowed for more airflow versus the non-PI versions. What made the Lightning's engine special was the 1.4 liter belt-driven Rouge-type supercharger that was manufactured by Eaton. This was cooled via an air-to-water intercooler. Because of the revisions to the lower intake manifold and the addition of a 90mm mass airflow meter versus the 80mm version found in the 99 and 2000 trucks, the 2001 through 2004 Lightnings were rated at 380 horsepower at 4,750 RPM and 450 foot-pounds of torque at 3,250 RPM. Turning my attention to the exterior of the truck, the Lightning utilized the short wheelbase, regular cab, flare side box configuration. The second gen truck did feature a pretty sweet ground effects package and Lightning Pacific 18 by 9.5 inch wheels that were painted silver. Now, one of the coolest attributes of the 99 to 04 Lightning was its badass side exit exhaust. No doubt about it, that is probably my favorite characteristic on the Gen 2 trucks. As the truck progressed through the years, it did receive subtle exterior changes. In 2001, SVT went with the popular Euro-style headlights and taillights and a new design of wheels which still had the 18 by 9.5 inch size. They also added body color mirror caps and got rid of the honeycomb grills and installed horizontal bar-type grills that really modernized the overall look of the truck. The only other change that was made in 2003 was another wheel design which would carry over to the 2004 model. So in total, the 99 to 04 Lightnings had 3 different wheel designs. Shifting gears to the interior. The interior in the second gen Lightning was very simple, and the SVT designers incorporated just enough changes to make it stand out from your normal F150. Up first is the 60/40 bench seat that featured leather inserts, micro suede bolsters, and SVT stitching in the seat backs. The interior color scheme was a combination of medium graphite, dark graphite, and black. A unique instrument cluster was used, and SVT referred to it as some fancy electroluminescent thing, but it did have a boost gauge that read all the way up to 10 pounds. Subtle changes through the years included the steering wheel, fog light switch, and the addition of an overhead temperature and direction display. Moving to the drivetrain now. Bolted to the supercharged 5.4 liter Triton is a 4R100 4-speed automatic transmission with overdrive that was also used in Ford's Power Stroke diesel trucks. They opted for this transmission to reliably handle the torque output of the Lightning, all while providing solid shift efforts. An aluminum drive shaft was used to transfer the power to the rear end, which was a very strong 9.75 inch unit that incorporated a limited slip differential. 1999 and 2000 trucks had a 355 rear end gear ratio, while 2001 through 2004 Lightnings had a shorter 373 gear ratio. Like other areas on the truck, SVT addressed the suspension and the brakes to ensure the Lightning could handle and stop the additional power. The 1999 and 2000 trucks were outfitted with run-of-the-mill shocks, and in 2001 SVT switched over to Bilstein dampers to improve the already good handling. To keep body roll to a minimum, SVT utilized 31mm sway bars up front and 23mm units out back. As far as stopping power is concerned, the second gen Lightning featured an F250 master cylinder, 12.1 inch front rotors with twin piston calipers, and a 13.1 inch rear rotor with a single piston caliper. 2003 and 2004 trucks had a touch higher stance than previous year Lightnings because of the increase in towing capacity. As far as options go, there wasn't too many. In 1999 and 2000, the upgrade options included a tonneau cover, a 6-disc CD player, and a trailer tow package. In 2001, Ford made all of the previously mentioned upgrades standard equipment except for the tonneau cover, which was an option for the entire run of the second-gen Lightning. 1999 and 2000 Lightnings could bolt to 60 miles an hour in 6.2 seconds and trap the quarter mile in 14.6 seconds at 97 miles per hour. Because of the engine and gearing improvements, the 2001 through 2004 Lightnings could bolt to 60 miles an hour in 5.8 seconds and trap the quarter mile in a rather fast 13.9 seconds at 100 miles per hour. Considering the Lightning is a truck, those were some respectable numbers for the time. The ratings were based off of testing from Motor Trend. The second-gen Lightning held the fastest production truck title up until 2004. Coincidentally, that was the last year of the Lightning, and what stole its crown was Dodge's Viper-powered SRT10 Ram. Ford only offered the second generation in 3 colors in its debut year of 1999. Those colors were black, bright red, and Oxford white. In 2000, they added silver metallic, which is the truck you see here, to the color palette, and kept those same colors for 2001 as well. 2002 saw a 1-year only color, and that was true blue. For 2003, Ford dropped silver metallic, but they brought in 2 very good looking colors, which were Sonic Blue and Dark Shadow Gray. For 2004, Ford kept Sonic Blue and Dark Shadow Gray, but they did add back in silver metallic. As far as production numbers go, Ford built 4,000 Lightnings in 1999, 4,966 in 2000, 6,381 in 2001, which was the most in the 6-year run, 4,726 in 2002, 4,270 in 2003, and just 3,781 in 2004, which was the fewest in the 6-year span of the Gen 2 truck. The second generation Lightning was without a doubt an icon, and it had a great following by many enthusiasts. And to this day, the Lightning still holds its own little corner of the market and retains the same great following that it did years ago. As a second gen Lightning owner myself, and for 9 years at the time of this video, I can honestly and truthfully say these darn things are just badass, and they will flat out haul the mail for a little low truck. A few years later, Ford refreshed the F-150 yet again, and the SVT engineers went to the drawing board on a 3rd generation Lightning. It was a concept at the time and a great idea. However, they were having trouble meeting the performance benchmarks from the Generation 2 truck. So with that being said, they threw the idea in the trash and figured they would try and revisit it a few years later. And that was the birth of the Ford SVT Raptor. To see more videos like this one, including product review and how-to videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to turn on those notifications. That way you can be notified every time we release a new video. Of course, you know what to do by now. For all things SVT Lightning and 1979 to present Mustang, keep it right here with the real enthusiasts, LMR.com.